a lot of people in this day, and I believe we talked about it and stuff, would say, can't make that movie nowadays. Can't do that nowadays because of the cancel culture. And, you know, do you think that's true? Do you think that you can't make a movie like, not the exact same movie? Like, okay, we're going to do a little sales pitch, Jacob. I want to sell you this movie, and it's called I Spit on Your Grave. Could I Spit on Your Grave, edited and maybe done, you know, a little bit differently? Could that work in today's market?
Okay, so the first thing is I think that horror movies get away with a lot more.
True.
Because that's the genre, and that's what they're supposed to do.
True.
So I think you could probably sell I Spit on Your Grave. You would definitely have to tone down the rape. Like the actual like close-ups of her.
Oh yeah,
raped.
because that's just like exploitative.
Right.
We're not
you would
gonna
have to tone all of that down. It would have to be suggestive. And then the violence and revenge, fine. Yeah. I think that
think
would
about
be,
like the Invisible Man, you know? How did that get in there?
that's the fucking Jason boat getting from the lake to the ocean.
Yeah,
all over again.
That fucking shark getting that poo. But yeah, the Invisible Man that came out that everybody loved.
Yeah, it was great.
And that was almost like I Spit on Your Grave, you know, with a couple of tweaks here and there, but there was...
Well, that was more of like an abusive relationship in general.
Yeah.
The I Spit on Your Grave was an isolated rape incident.
Yeah.
This was like, and so like, yeah, that's not, obviously that's not good, but the girl, like, you know, she gets her revenge and everything, so the story comes full circle. And I think that the only saving grace, like if it was like the rape and then the girl's sad and she kills herself, that movie's not getting made.
No, because
because she got her revenge, then it was okay. But I think that the Invisible Man needed to be made to show the grittiness of an abusive relationship.
Yeah, gaslighting and stuff.
And that way it's a little bit easier for somebody to talk about it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that comedies have been toned way down. And to the point where that it's hard to find a good comedy at this point.
I just think studios are just so afraid of putting
scared.
anything out.
Yeah, they're horrified.
You know?
Like, and horror is going to become bigger and bigger because that's the one lane that you can be like, yeah, dude, do whatever you want. And even that's getting a little toned down because they want everybody to see it, so they're taking R-rated movies and making them PG-13.
Yeah.
But that's its own thing.
Look at movie like Hereditary, yeah, you know, dyslexic. But
that doesn't mean you can't say words right, Jerry. Stop using that as an excuse.
But if you look at that movie, yeah, that's a movie that shouldn't have been made, where it feels like certain moments in that movie, like a child dies in that movie, you know? And not only that, but a child almost dies due to neglect from a older sibling and stuff. According to the laws of movies, that should have never fucking taken place, you know?
No, I mean, there's tons of gritty, raw movies. There's a new movie that came out recently that I forget the star's name and the name of the movie, but she's
it's out there.
Yeah, it's out there. But she like gets revenge on just like shitty dudes, like date rapists and stuff. Like,
oh, I know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So like those movies can still be made, but they just have to be done very carefully, and they have to expose and bring light to subjects versus glorifying it. Like when you look back at 80s movies, like rape was it was a piece of almost every movie. Not every movie, but there was like rapey type things in every movie. Like I told you earlier, I was watching Heathers last night.
Yeah.
And like Christian Slater's like forcing himself on Winona Ryder, and she keeps like, no, get off me, get away. And then like he's just like, what? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not the same anymore. Like everybody turned a blind eye to it, or that was just something that was looked over and just kind of like, man, it's just a part of the movie. But now when it's added into movies, there's it's a different look on it. It's not saying, yeah, this happens, this is a part of the movie. It's saying, look how bad this is. Look what the problem is. Look how wrong it is. And it makes you actually think about it.